Hi, Barry Foster here, and welcome back to the Scottish Job. This is episode number 26 with Glenrothes up in the sixth tier of Scottish football. And today we've got a league game against Glenrothes. But before we get to that league game, this is what's been happening since our last video. We've played quite a few league games since then for 2 wins, a draw and 2 defeats. Let's just quickly run through them. First up, we went away to Pennycuick and we beat them 3-1. We played very well with Miller and Youssef and Bell all scoring goals. We then went away to Musselburgh Athletic and it was a shocker. They beat us 3-1. Only Brendan Cameron scored for us, and that was in the 91st minute. So we were down 3-0 after 83 minutes. I don't know what went wrong in that game, but we could just never really get into it, and they just outplayed us for nearly 90 minutes. We then came home feeling rather confident against Broxburn Athletic, but we lost 3-2. Curry and Denton both scored goals, but unfortunately in the 91st minute, Broxburn actually got the winner through Liam Island. So that condemned us to a second straight defeat. We then went away to Craig Royston, and a tough old match. It finished 1-1. Scotty Miller scoring in the 74th minute. I thought we had the 3 points in the bag, but in the 82nd minute, the equaliser came, and so we had to share the points. And then finally we came, we didn't come home. We went away again to Crossgates. And this time we actually finally won a game. We beat them 1-0 with Curry scoring the only goal in the 77th minute. So they are the games that we've played since our last video. And if we look at the league table very quickly, after 25 games, we're still in first position on 56 points, with Lothian Thistle back on 47, the Jeanfield Swifts on 45, and Hill of Beath back on 44. Those teams below us all drop points as well, so that's why we've been able to maintain this 9-point lead at the top. But today we're playing Glenrothes. I think they're going to be a bit of a tough opponent. They do have a game in hand over us, but they're sitting back on 43 points. But I would like to get another victory today. In team news, we have brought in a youngster called Aidan McDonald from Ardare Thistle on loan, just to basically shore up cover for the central defender role. Also with team news, unfortunately, Kyle Bell, who is down as an important player, he hasn't been getting a great deal of time, mainly because Marsh Hughes has been playing so well in the position of playmaker. And let's face it, he's got the shits with me. So I've got a feeling he's going to be leaving us at the end of the season, which is a bit of a shame. But with some players, we have been able to sign them to new contracts. And they are Charlie Edwards, Marsh Hughes, McLeod Kay, Lumsden, Denton, Paver and Motruck. They've all been signed to new contracts until May 24. So I was quite pleased about that. With finances, as you can see, we're still just over £293,000 in the red. I'm still about £1,100 under my wage budget. So I'm doing everything right there, and we'll take a very quick look at Club Vision. Currently they're giving me a B, saying that they are very pleased with me. And with all those objectives, they're either pleased or on course to achieve them. So I guess everything's going quite well there. No job offers since the last video. So we'll have to see whether I can get Glenrothes maybe up into a higher division. I certainly would like that. But anyway, before we start dreaming about another promotion, I think we better go and play Glenrothes at the Reboot Stadium. Okay, here's our starting 11 for today's match. We've got Richardson in goal, Denton, Flynn, Strachan and Lumsden across our back line, Motruck go deep, Marsh Hughes and Lovett in midfield, and Higgs and Curry will be the 2 strikers. And on the bench we'll have Young, Bobby McGowan, Paver, McDonald, Honeyman, Dunn, Bell and Scotty Miller. Unfortunately, some players like Edwards and Watson and McLeod K are both tied, because we're getting quite a few games in quick succession. So we're doing a little bit of rotation with players at the moment. But anyway, let's go and chat to the boys. Okay, well, I think I'll just say to the boys, stick to the plan. Stay patient, and fingers crossed, we'll be fine. Hopefully. But I must admit, I was a little bit worried when we suffered those 2 defeats in a row, because we had gone something like 11 or 12 games without defeat, and out of the blue came a couple of losses. But luckily, the teams just below us, they didn't take advantage of those 2 games. And that's got to be a free kick there. Marsh Hughes brought down, but obviously nothing came from that free kick. But at the moment, we seem to be on track to maybe finish first, which would be really good. But anyway, this is Aston with a shot struck right at Richardson's feet. He didn't really do a great job there, but at least he stopped it with his feet. But we do seem to be on track to maybe finish first, and I certainly would like to have a crack at the playoffs and getting promoted to either the Highland or Lowland League. I think that would be really good to get the team up into the 5th tier. But anyway, this is Doherty for the visitors. And looks like Skelly's already on a yellow. Interesting ball, played all the way back to the centre circle. So the final pass went astray. So can we take advantage of this? Maybe Higgs can. He does have a little bit of pace on him, but he's a little bit wide. He cuts it back to Curry. Oh, and his shot is blocked. Maybe we should have done a little bit better there in that attack, but this is Lumsden now, and he just lumps it forward, but that's the end of our highlight. Okay, well, one shot apiece at the moment. Fairly even on the match stats. I think we'll call out some encouragement to the boys. Only 3 other games being played today in the league. Now this is McMinn for the Rose, driving it straight down the pitch. Last time we actually played the Rose, we had a good victory, and I think from memory they had 2 players red carded, and that's been well blocked, but it was struck straight at him. So once again, we probably should have done a little bit better with our chances. But at least we're getting some shots away, which is always encouraging. So this is the Rose clearing it nicely. That's a bit of a wasteful header there, and Flynn plays it out to Denton. Now Motruck and O'Deep. Now Higgs, Marsh Hughes looking for Curry. This is O'Deep back to Curry. He must score, and he does. Well, there you go. His 29th goal of the season, and Rory Curry has put us 1-0 up. As I said before in other videos, he's turning out to be a really good striker. And after we lost Paul McManus last season, I was a little bit worried about our striking team that we had, or the striking players. I thought we might be in a bit of trouble this year, but Curry has just been superb, and so has Higgs. I must admit, he's performed very well up front as well, and he's kept Scotty Miller on the bench for a good part of this season. But anyway, this is Lumsden with a decent looking cross, but that was well saved, the header by McMinn. Now here's Marsh Hughes again. Curry, interesting ball out to Lovett, and he's beaten his man. Now Curry, can he just square it back? This is Lovett. Oh, well, good save by the keeper. So that'll be a corner. So this should be Denton, I think. No, it's Higgs with the corner. And the keeper just punches away, and I think they'll clear this through bar. But so far, we seem to be the team more likely to attack and score. But a second goal before half time would be very nice. Most of the players are performing pretty well, and this is an interesting ball through. I think it's too far forward for Motruck, and that's played back to the keeper. So who's under this? Well, their striker, he's won the header. That's an interesting pass out to Doherty. Now, can he get a cross in? Well, he cuts it back. This is an opportunity, interesting deflection. That should be Richardson, but he elects to punch. He could have caught that. Anyway, this is Higgs. You'll probably try and play it to Curry. Well, he's lucky to keep possession. This is Marsh Hughes now. I know deep he's in for Honeyman today. Now Curry, he'll look for, I thought Lovett was going to make more of a diagonal run, but here's Lovett with the ball. Nice low cross, and what a finish by Curry. He made no doubt about hitting that ball, and he gave the keeper absolutely no chance. So that's 2-0 after 29 minutes. A very nice goal. Lovett with a very low cross. And Curry just beats the keeper on the near post. So once again, Curry with a superb finish. And if we can hold on to this scoreline going into half-time, I'll be very, very pleased. As I said, another 3 points today would be very good, just to make sure the pack behind us can't make up any ground on us. Anyway, that was Flynn with a decent header. He's done well at the centre of defence. Anyway, this is, interesting shot. That had Richardson diving to his right, but it was wide. But he's done very well in the centre of defence, Flynn, for somebody who's around about 33 going on 34. I'm quite surprised at how well he's performed. He very rarely has an ordinary game. Until he's to his credit, Ryan Strachan has done a pretty good job at the centre of defence as well. But anyway, this is the visitors with possession. Now this is Halloran trying to play it out to Doherty. We'll probably go for the cross, and he does. And that's, well, easy save there by Richardson in the end. A little bit too far out to really threaten the keeper with a header. But now they've got a free kick. It's a long way out. They've gone over the top, but easy take for the goalie. So I guess that was a bit of a wasted free kick. I must admit, in one of the games offline, we did score a goal which I'd never seen before as a free kick just inside the centre circle in the opposing half, and the keeper was slightly off his line, and the taker of the free kick just pumped it straight down the field over the head of the keeper into the back of an empty net, and I've never seen that type of goal scored in Football Manager before. So it was quite a new one to see. But anyway, that was another wasted shot by the Rose, but they've got another corner here in the 36th minute. A bit of a looping high one. That's met by Motruck, back doing some defensive work. And this is Halloran for the Rose, and he's been robbed very nicely by O'Deep. So he can maybe set up a bit of a counter here. This is Higgs. Nice ball to Marsh Hughes. He plays it out to Curry, and he's gone long to Higgs. I thought Higgs might have taken that forward, but this is Motruck, and he's pretty good at crossing a ball, but he cuts it back to O'Deep. Oh, and he's given it away. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I thought there was some promise in that attack, but it came to naught in the end. So the Rose have possession once again. And this is a nice ball through. This is Kemp. This could be dangerous, but good save by Richardson. It was struck straight at him, but he concedes a corner. So this is Barr with the corner, far post. Richardson again elects to punch. This is Halloran, plays it out to Barr. Another cross, but beats everyone. And in fact, okay, he's offside. Well, not long to go until half time. I think a pretty good opening 45 minutes by Glenrothes. I better not speak too soon, since once again the visitors have possession. And this is Alston, plays it through. Oh, they must score, and he has. Kemp is not offside, so 2-1 now. Well, I guess they were knocking on our door in the last maybe 5-6 minutes. It's a nicely worked goal. Ball nicely put through, and yeah, Kemp, he tucks it away. I guess you really can't blame Richardson a great deal for that goal. But okay, only 5-6 minutes to go until half time. 2-1. Can we maybe make it 3-1 before the break? I certainly do not want to concede another goal. Anyway, this is Motruck and O'Deep, who's going to make a nice, well, it's an interesting ball, but we've lost possession, but we've got it back. Now this is Higgs. And now Alston to Halloran. Now this is Barr. So they're very patient with their passing at the moment. They probably fancy their chances for a second. Oh, he's got to be offside. He's got to be off. He's got to be well and truly offside. Surely, yes he is. Yeah, that won't count. I thought he was a good metre offside. Let's have a look. It was a nice little move on metre, more like 2 or 3 metres. It was sort of like a nice move until the final pass. But anyway, this is Flynn now taking it out of defence, and Marshews and Flynn playing their own little game together. Strachan's got involved. Now Lumsden, why not? Let's somebody lump it upfield or get it to a midfielder if you can. Now this is O'Deep to Marshews, the playmaker. Now Lovett, oh, he's lost possession very, very cheaply there. Just probably a heavy touch. Wasn't even a tackle, I don't think. So it's a little bit frustrating the last maybe 10 minutes. We really haven't controlled the ball very well. Anyway, this is O'Deep playing it through to, unfortunately, Smith on the other side. So the Rows once again have possession. And this is Halloran. He's got a sight on goal here. Oh, there it is, the equaliser. Well, this is a little bit annoying after taking a 2-0 lead to squander 2 late goals in the first half. I must admit that was a very nice shot, but I really didn't want this to happen. Yeah, well, he almost got a hand to it, but I guess the speed was going to always beat him. So it's all square, 2-2. It's going to make the half-time talk rather interesting, I think. After leading 2-0 after only 29 minutes, it's rather frustrating before a fairly good crowd of over 200 fans. But look at the match stats, 9 shots apiece, the possession almost 50-50, 2 corners apiece. And the visitors do have a better XG, so let's go and maybe yell at the boys. Okay, well, once again, the old finger pointing, and I'm going to tell them I don't like what I saw from the team, because I didn't. It was a very good opening 30 minutes, but the last 15 was very poor, allowing Linlithgow Rose to come back with two very late goals to square everything up. So hopefully this is not a sign of things to come in the second half. And it's the Rose with possession, but that's been intercepted. Now Curry's, no, he won't get to this, I don't think. No, it was a little bit wide anyway. So it looks as though the Rose are certainly up for a game of football today. And now this is Denton, who's going to play it back to Richardson, who at one stage was rating over 7, is now down to 6.6. But I really can't blame him maybe for the second goal. It was very well struck, and even the first. I don't know whether you could really blame the keeper for that, but we'll keep our eye on some of the boys with their fitness because, as I said earlier, we're playing quite a few games every 3 or 4 days, and that does take a toll. Anyway, that was a good header by Strachan, and we did get to the ball first. Now this is Lovett. Can he play it forward to somebody? No, he's going to knock it back to Lumsden. Now Lovett again. He gives it to Curry. Now Marsh Hughes. Higgs. Nice passing. Lovett squares it to Curry. Oh, that's going to be a corner. It is. So his shot was deflected. So this should be Denton. Yes, Denton taking the corner on the right. Far post, but that's been, I think, headed or punched away. Now Kemp, he plays it very long. Nice ball for Barr. So this is an interesting counter here by the Rose. Barr is running a little bit wide, but his cross has been deflected. Now Curry and Marsh Hughes. Oh, that's going to be intercepted. And the Rose have the ball back through Kemp. Now this is Ross. He's going to get his cross in. Here it comes. They're going to probably get a shot on target here. Oh, well blocked. And one of our players has gone down. I think that was Strachan getting fouled in the penalty box. But he blocked the shot, which was good to see. I think we'll call out some encouragement because the boys are finding it a little bit tough at the moment. Marsh Hughes, a little bit down on his game, rating a 6.6. We do have Dunn or Bell sitting on the bench to replace him. And Motruck, 6.3. He normally doesn't rate 6.3. Anyway, we'll just see what happens with this highlight. I think we'll make a couple of subs very soon. And this is Alston for the Rose. And he cuts it back to Barr. Here comes the cross, free header, but straight at Richardson. Nice move by Linlithgow. I'll give them that. But I think we'll make a first substitution. Declan Dunn, he can play on the left wing, so I'm going to replace Motruck with him. And Marsh Hughes, I think I'll bring on Kyle Bell for that particular position, even though Bell at the moment isn't very happy with me, but he'll still get plenty of game time. Anyway, this is Motruck, still on the park. Let's see what he can do. Now he cuts it all the way back to Denton. This is O'Deep. I think it's been, I think his pass was deflected, and in the end, a fairly soft header by Curry. Anyway, the Rose getting their fair share of possession. And this is another rather promising move. It was a good save by Richardson. I was waiting for that to hit the back of the net. But I tell you what, they're letting the Rose right back into this game. Now Barr with the corner, and that's been well headed by Strachan. He was having a good match in the centre of defence. Now Skelly for the Rose. We've somehow got to get possession. But I think in another 5 minutes in the game, we'll make another substitution. We've only got one left. We've got some tired-looking players out there. Anyway, this is the Rose again with the ball. I'm getting a bit tired of saying that. This is Ross. Volleys at back end. Kemp, header just over the bar. That was very, very close to 3-2. And they certainly are knocking on our door. They've still got much better XG than us, but this is Denton with a throw. O'Deep and Denton both seem to be on yellow cards. Anyway, Lumsden plays it to young Bell. Now Denton puts a cross in. And, oh well, good save by McMinn. I think Lovett must have got something onto that. And he's pushed it away for a corner. So this is Higgs, also on a yellow. And that's been headed away, but only as far as Curry, but not a good header, and that's been cleared. So what am I going to do? 70 odd minutes. Let's look at making maybe a final substitution. I don't know who I should really take off. There's a lot of tired players out there, but I think what I'll do, I'll bring on Dylan Honeyman for O'Deep. We get rid of one yellow card, some fresh legs in midfield, and I think I'll demand more from the boys. With only about 20 minutes left in the game, I really would like a third goal to seal all 3 points. But I'm not really confident that we're going to be the ones scoring. Anyway, this is Lumsden and Strachan. Now Bell. Can he maybe set something up for us? This is Higgs and Honeyman to Dunn. Dunn can play quite well on the left wing. I've used him there more than once. He can acquit himself rather well. Anyway, this is Honeyman to Bell, now Dunn. He plays it back towards Bell. And this is Curry and Higgs. Higgs, oh, well, nice move. Not a bad shot, but unfortunately sailing over the bar. So we're in the 79th minute, still 2-2. A real arm wrestle here between, I think, a fairly good Linlithgow Rose side. Anyway, this is the Rose with the ball, but they've lost possession and Richardson drives it straight down the park. But it'll come back. Now Halloran plays it for Stowe. This is Kemp. Now Kemp, oh, well, he tried a shot, I think, and this is a cross, but a bit of a wasteful one, and Lumsden lumps it down the park, but straight to an opponent. Well, most of the players are playing quite okay. I must admit, I think we're just playing a fairly good side today, and if you look at shots on goal, it's almost even. So maybe if this game ends 2-2, both teams can't be too disappointed. Anyway, this is Higgs driving forward, and he's lost possession, and this will be picked up by Stowe. Long ball. This is dangerous. Kemp has pace. And that's the winning goal, I think. Oh, okay. 85th minute, and Kemp, he has struck again. I'm pretty sure he scored in the first half. But look at this ball by Stowe, just pumps it forward, and Kemp, he had too much pace, and Richardson, well, he tried to cover his near post, but he went the other way. Okay, let's go attacking. I don't think this is going to do us a great deal of good, but we've still got time left to maybe get an equaliser, and this is Lovett playing it forward, but I don't think Higgs will get to that, and that's played back to McMinn. I think I'll demand not more from the boys. I'm going to tell them to fire up, because I'm quite annoyed that we've squandered a 2-goal lead. And that's Kemp with a long-range shot well over the bar. But I must admit, the Rose had been knocking on our door since late in the first half. And they were looking once again quite dangerous in the second. But we're coming into the 89th minute. Although the boys are fired up, I just don't think we're going to get an equaliser. Okay, 93rd minute, maybe a minute and a half left. Lumsden plays it to Lovett, crosses the ball in, but that'll be picked up by Ross for the visitors. Cleared down to Kemp, and here's this man Stowe, now to Halloran. So they look as though they know what they're doing, Linlithgow Rose, I must admit, holding possession rather well. Barely a minute left in the game, I think. But we need to get the ball, and we have it now. Strachan, he plays it to Higgs. Now Curry to Honeyman. Can he put somebody through here? This is done to Honeyman. He's got players there. This is Higgs. And he has done it. Oh, Charlie Higgs with his 17th goal of the season. We have hit back and maybe salvaged a point from this game. This is very nice work by Glenrothes. Honeyman to Dunn, and Honeyman cuts it back to Higgs, and Higgs, lovely shot across the face of goal, beating the keeper. Okay, 3-3. That makes me a little bit more happy. And no offside, certainly not by Higgs. Good finish. Okay. Must be only about 30 seconds left in the game. I certainly don't want to see a fourth goal go in for the visitors. And they've got possession again, but this is Strachan who'll play it back to Richardson, and he just pumps it straight down the park. Now this is Curry, this is Higgs. What can he do? Can he do a bit of magic? No, not with a pass like that. I thought he was going to try a shot, but I think that's going to be it. We're into the 95th minute, and now this is done. He's maybe, and that's it. Okay, 3-3. Well, I'll give it to the Rose. They probably deserve to come away with a point. They played very well after being down 2-0 after only 29 minutes. But Charlie Higgs saving our bacon in the 94th minute with an equaliser. Okay, let's go and chat to the boys. Okay, counting down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, well, after squandering a 2-goal lead, I'm not really happy at all. I'm just going to point the finger and tell them we weren't good enough. So let's see who we play next. Okay, in 3 days' time, we've got a home game against Pennycuick. That's in the South Challenge Cup 5th round. But looking at the schedule, I think what I'll do, I'll only show the South Challenge Cup games if we get to the semi-final. I think we'll try and concentrate on the league up until the end of the season. So what I'm going to do, we're going to come back for the Lothian Thistle game. That'll be a home game. I think that could be quite an important fixture, considering they're currently coming second in the league. So that'll be our next game, a home game against Lothian Thistle. And when we look at the table, that point in that last match sees us on 57 points, but Lothian Thistle, they do have a game in hand now, and they're sitting back on 47 points. So I think the game against Lothian Thistle will be a very, very interesting game indeed. So that's the video for today. Of quite a thrilling, I guess, 6-goal thriller against Linlithgow Rose. After leading 2-0, I really thought I had 3 points in the bag, but it wasn't to be. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Until next time, I'm Barry Foster saying it's goodbye from me.